What's up, friends? Let's get ready to make some chile relleno with salsa ranchera.
We are going to start by roasting all of these beautiful vegetables. I have some poblanos, cherry tomatoes, a white onion, serranos, jalapeno, and garlic. Now, you don't need to use cherry tomatoes for this recipe for the salsa ranchera. You are more than welcome to use Roma tomatoes or whatever types of tomatoes you like in your salsa. Get everything nice and roasted. Some of them I did in our convection oven. The other ones I did on a pan in the stove, but you can also do them on a grill if you have one. Then you're going to grind up our cheese. I use a blend of Cotija and Oaxaca. Get those all nice and coated, mixed together. You want to make sure that you have an even blend of cheese throughout your rellenos. And then you're going to take those poblanos off of the stove and get them to room temperature in a separate bowl. After you roast all the other vegetables, that's what's going to go into your salsa ranchera. Take those stems off of the chilies, as well as squeezing the garlic out of the bulb. So these are going to be a little hot. Be very careful when you do that. That's why you see me kind of flinching there, because it was pretty hot. Get everything into a blender along with some cilantro and blend that up and put it to the side to let it cool a little bit. Now, I know this sounds kind of funky, but with salsa ranchera, you're actually going to fry this salsa in a pan, which you're going to see us do a little bit later in the video. So again, get everything into your mixer. You can let it cool down a little bit if you want with some cilantro and give it a good blend. Now, while this is happening, again, your poblanos should be cooling off to the side somewhere. And the reason we want them to cool is because we're going to be peeling them with our hands. I like to have a bowl of water next to me whenever I'm peeling the poblanos, because it makes it a lot easier to kind of rub the skins off of the poblanos themselves. Also, it's nice to have a fresh bowl next to you when you're seeding the poblanos. So you put a little slit in them, open them up. You're going to see like the veins as well as the seeds. If you put that into a bowl of water and just kind of rub it around, it gets the seeds out a lot easier and you have less of a chance of getting a tear inside of the pepper itself. If you do get a tear, don't worry. I'm going to show you how we fix that. So then we're going to go in with our cheese mix and you're going to tuck it in like you're tucking it in for bed. And then we take some toothpicks and just close up that hole. So the toothpicks are also good if you do end up tearing the chilies a little bit. And honestly, you can use 2 or 3 toothpicks. You can use 7 or 8 toothpicks, however you're most comfortable, so that you can handle those poblanos and they're not seeping out everywhere. Then you're going to take your eggs and beat them until they're really, really fluffy. So the reason you want these fluffy is because you're going to be coating the poblano in the fluffy egg mixture, and that's what actually fries in the oil. So you pat a little bit of flour on the poblano, and then you can brush that egg mixture on there. I couldn't find my brush, which is why I'm using a rubber spatula, and then you're going to put it in that oil. So you're going to want your oil to be somewhere around 375 degrees. If it cools down after you put the poblanos in, feel free to turn it up, and if it gets too hot, make sure you turn it down, because you don't want to burn the outside of the poblanos, because then it ends up just tasting like burnt egg, and really nobody wants that. So you put those in. They probably take anywhere from 3 to 4 minutes each side if you are keeping your oil at a solid temperature of 375. While those are frying, get some more oil a little bit hot in a separate pan, and like I mentioned earlier, throw in that salsa. You're going to throw it in, fry it up a little bit. It's going to turn into this beautiful, rich, dark red color, and then once it turns into that dark red color, you can kind of taste the smokiness of it. You can go ahead and plate. So you start with a little bit of that salsa ranchera on the bottom, top it with a chile relleno, top it with some sour cream. I like to use Mexican sour cream or crema. It's a lot more smooth and silky, and maybe even some cilantro, and enjoy.
It's so cheesy.